with Proust is a dinner usually held at the Café de la Mairie, Place Saint-Sulpice in Paris, where we have a bunch of people, of Proustians generally, who play Proust. They tell and they read their part, which are extracted from In Search of Lost Time, and it's Proust and only Proust.
A small group made of ski, Richaud, Sagnette, and Cotard rushes in the train that they barely caught.
Ah, that was a good one. A minute later, upon my soul, that's what they call arriving in the nick of time.
He introduces Marcel to the other members of the little clan.
But isn't the princess on the train?
No. We shall have to keep our eyes skinned and Menville.
Is this your first appearance at Madame Verdurin? Sir, you will find that there is no place where one feels more the amenities of life. To quote one of the inventors of dilettantism, of poco-curantism, of all sorts of words and isms that are in fashion among our little snobesses.
It is a charming house. You will find a little of everything, for Madame Verdurin is not exclusive. He's certain to have been shoved into a guard room. There's no other explanation of his desertion. Gad. In soldiering, you know, with those fellows, it only needs a bad-tempered sergeant. Sapristi. What did I tell you? The Princess Sherbetov, the Marquis and Marquise de Cambrenay? You see that we move in good company. However, as it's your first appearance, you'll be one of the crowd.
I saw myself being titled presently to 2 trees, for I have more or less taken a little house between Saint-Martin-du-Seine and Saint-Pierre-des-Ifs.
But that is quite close to here. I hope that you will come over often with Charlie Morel.
And bringing with him a friend of his father, who he has met at Dossier. Learned this from Madame Verdurin, with whom I have taken luncheon with this morning. The moment.
No, it's the moment of eating.
Very well. But I must point out to Madame that if I permitted myself this questionnaire, pardon me, this quest station, it is because I have to return tomorrow to Paris to dine at the Tour Journal or at the Hotel Maurice.
The second time is for the
Appétit.
When you go and it's so little, it reminds me of
We did it in English because we had the visit of a group of Americans led by Professor Bill Carter, who is a well-known American Proustian and who bring to France regularly, at least it's the second time, a bunch of fans of Proust, and they visit Illiers-Combray, Cabourg, Paris, and they heard about that dinner and they love the concept of playing Proust. It's another way of reading Proust.
And then I'll pay for it. Take that. She's been a bit. Are you still drinking?
Where is Sagnette? So it's your turn, no?
Ski, I think it's ski.
Ski, well. And Skoal strawberry mousse.
But it is exquisite. You out to open bottles of Chateau Margaux, Chateau Lafite, port wine.
I've heard people say that it's a drug to make one sleep.
In a word, I was referring to Maecenas, a bookworm who was a friend of Horace, Virgil, Augustus. I'm sure that Monsieur de Charlus knows all about Maecenas, the
with a gracious, sidelong glance at Madame Bovary.
Only upon the express condition that nobody knows anything about it. Thank you.
We're a small group of American readers of Proust, and we were delighted to be invited by Laurence here to have our very first dîner avec Proust. And it's been great fun. She wrote a beautiful script with lots of humor, and she had some seasoned French performers from her own group. And I say our own group pulled it off pretty well too, although we haven't had much rehearsal.
Having literature in a group like this, it made me understand the scenes better, and I got to speak French in between with this nice Frenchman, and it's very convivial, and I want to do it again.
It was fun wearing some of the props and having the menu Proust, to go along with it, the bœuf en jodelé, the madeleines, the wine.
I read it more carefully, and I understood it differently, hearing it read out loud and reading it out loud.
If you want to play or to hear Proust in English, with Dine with Proust, check the schedule on the blog and come with us for Dine with Proust at the Café de la Mairie.
It was great company, and we had a marvelous time.